So having properly set up our transect, we can now analyse these individual sites. The first step is to ensure that the quadrat is properly located, with the metre mark centred inside the centre of the quadrat itself. From there, we can conduct our plant survey in the same manner that we did our earlier quadrat survey. The difference here being that these quadrats are not haphazardly placed. They're in key set locations to allow replication over time. The first step is to identify what species are here. We've got sea blight on the ground and some she oak as a canopy cover here. So I'm going to make my percentage assessment. I'm approximating that that's 50% sea blight, looking up into the canopy, calling that 40% she oak. We now move to measuring our abiotic factors. The first of these is the elevation. This string line has been levelled at 2 metres above the mean low tide mark, and we're able to use this string line to gain an approximation of what the ground level is doing at this site. To allow us to do this, I'm going to take a metre ruler, place it at that metre interval and measure it at 59 centimetres above the ground. Now there's some mathematics involved here. Because this string line sits at 2 metres above the mean water tide, we need to inverse these numbers. So instead of recording 59, we're going to do 200, take away 59, which gives us 141. Our next abiotic measurements are temperature based. To get these recordings, we're going to use a digital thermometer. The first being air temperature, which can be obtained simply by holding it in the centre of the quadrat at string level height. That sits at 23 degrees at the moment, and we can use the same device to record soil temperature. Again, centred in the quadrat, we'll place this into the soil and wait for our recording. This has dropped to 19 degrees, and that's our recording for this site. The final abiotic conditions we're measuring are in regards to the soil conditions. This probe allows us to measure soil pH and soil moisture, but firstly it needs to be placed deeply into the ground. There's 2 metal pads on this probe that measure the conductivity of the soil, and using that conductivity it's giving us a reading of pH of 6. That's slightly acidic. The probe's still in the soil. I can change the reading to go to moisture, which is sitting at 100%. We've obviously had some high spring tides at the moment, so this water has inundated this above high tide level, changing these conditions.